Nigeria and Ethiopia have concluded arrangements to hold a joint ministerial commission meeting in Addis Ababa next month to discuss various areas of bilateral relationship and exchange perspectives on a range of international issues of mutual interest. President Muhammadu Buhari hosted the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed, to a state visit and a presidential lunch in the State House, Abuja, on Wednesday. Speaking to journalists after the visit, Nigeria's ambassador to Ethiopia, Victor Adeleke, explained that both countries are taking concrete steps to expand bilateral relations in key areas including the economy, trade, science and technology, among others.
We have been engaging. We'll continue to engage. Nigerian officials are heading to Addis Ababa in June to discuss various areas of relationship, political, economic, science and technology, mines industries. You'll be aware that our Dangote has a big cement factory in Ethiopia, and Ethiopia has an expanding economy in Africa. So it's a very, very useful visit that will help officials of two countries to continue to network our relationship in Africa.
I want to see greater cooperation, especially diversifying the areas of cooperation, in particular in the field of agriculture, and the continental free trade area, the African continental free trade area, is also going to make that even more possible. And so we want to see greater trade between our two countries, because there's a lot of complementarity in that area. The areas in which Ethiopia is strong, like the aviation industry, for instance, and the areas in which Nigeria is also quite strong economically. So we want to see more of that. And also the Prime Minister of Ethiopia has said he wants to see some, maybe greater Ethiopian investment also in Nigeria, and greater Nigerian investment in Ethiopia.
For more than 2,000 years, Ethiopians have believed their country holds one of the most sacred relics in all Christianity, the Ark of the Covenant. Here in the city of Aksum, a special church known as the Church of St. Mary of Zion is where the Ark is said to have rested for centuries. Adventurer and historian Bob Cornuke has explored the region extensively.
The Ethiopians believe that the Ark of the Covenant came to Aksum about 800 years ago, and it's in a very special holy church. One man guards it. He's the guardian of the Ark. He's the only one allowed to see it. When he dies, there'll be another guardian. It is entrenched in their culture, and they believe it with all their heart.
Heavy fighting between a regional militia and the Ethiopian army has been raging in this area since November. The city of Aksum has been at the center of the conflict. Tragedy struck last week as Ethiopian Christians gathered in Aksum to celebrate one of the most important holidays in Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity, the annual festival of Timkat.
Timkat is a celebration of the Epiphany with the Orthodox Church in Ethiopia. And it's where they bring out the Talmud, or the tablets, from the Ark of the Covenant, and they parade it around. And it's a very holy event for them, but this year something went horribly wrong.
Up to 1,000 worshippers surrounded the ancient church, said to house the Ark of the Covenant, when Ethiopian troops approached and, according to eyewitnesses, opened fire. More than 700 Ethiopian Christians were said to have been killed, though confirmation of the attack has been difficult because the area is closed to journalists. The fighting has led to a massive wave of refugees fleeing across the nearby border into Sudan. Aid agencies warn mass starvation is a real factor if the world doesn't act soon. Incoming refugees report almost daily massacres by both sides, as well as mass rapes and other human rights abuses. Humanitarian aid organizations on the ground are calling the situation urgent. President Biden's pick for Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, called for U.S. engagement in his recent confirmation hearing.
Ethiopia, I share your deep concerns. We have seen a number of deeply concerning actions taken, including atrocities. We need to see a restoration of communications. We need access for humanitarian assistance in the region. And I worry as well that what started there has the potential to be destabilizing throughout the Horn of Africa.
The Ethiopian government denies the atrocities, and both sides are claiming victory in the conflict. But the UN says there is plenty of blame to go around.
We have received consistent information pointing to violations of international humanitarian law and human rights law by all parties to the conflict. And these include artillery strikes on populated areas, the deliberate targeting of civilians, extrajudicial killings, and widespread looting.
No matter which side actually wins this civil war, the losers will be the people of this region, as more than 1,000 refugees per day flee into makeshift camps across the Sudanese border, just hoping to survive. For CBN News, I'm Chuck Holton.